Late. Bola was never early, she was late to everything. She even arrived late to her wedding. Her husband delighted in telling this tale to friends and foes alike, and this made her grit her teeth in rage every time he did. He always began with a joke that started with, "I remember, on the day of our wedding." She had laughed with him at the joke initially, but it had become a constant source of strife. She had a sinking feeling that he did it to make her mad. It was a sneaky, passive-aggressive way of getting back at her for being his wife, being always there, she believed. Late again, the emaciated greeter droned at the entrance of her children's school. She looked at the receding figures of her children. They had been hurriedly put together. Akin's hair was uncombed and Layla had soot on her socks. "My apologies," she mumbled, resenting the greeter's intrusion into her jumbled thoughts and her judgmental stare. "I just have so much to do every morning," she explained, kicking herself inwardly, knowing that she did not have to tell this woman anything. "I understand, Ma, but that your girl, Eunice, she always came so early. You must miss her a lot." "I do," Bola said, aware the greeter was comparing her to her maid, who was now an undergraduate. "That girl was so good," the greeter continued, "always neat, always prompt, even when she was writing her exams." Her eyes narrowed slyly. "She made sure that your children were always so well put together." The greeter said this with a sardonic grin. "Have a nice day, madam," she added, walking away from the empty lot. "Bitch," Bola ceded. "I don't blame you," she said to herself, trying to untangle the nest of hair on her head with her plastic hairbrush. The next hour was a hurried mess. The slow go-slows, the slow drivers all got to her as she cursed and screamed all through her way to work. Eventually, she arrived just in time to catch up with the 9 a.m. meeting and the drudge of office work. By noon, there was nothing to be done except gossip, sleep, or surf the internet. She typed into her browser the question, "How can I stop being late?" The answers came in. Be organized. Schedule the night before. Wake up early. Write down a to-do list. "Well, I will try this," she told herself. "I am sick of the snide remarks from everyone." That evening when she got home, she got everything ready for the next day and went to sleep early. Her husband arrived home, puzzled to see her asleep, but he shrugged it off, glad that he had time for himself for once. The next day, she was early for school. She was satisfied to see the shock in the greeter's eyes. "Gotcha," she said as she settled into the car. The road was remarkably car-free and traffic was practically non-existent. "I must do this more often," she said happily, tuning into her favorite radio station. She wound up the windows of her Toyota Camry and put on her air conditioner full blast. She did not see the brakeless articulated vehicle speeding down the sloppy road. The program, a complaint fest about the government and its policies, mesmerized her. The wound-up windows shielded her from hearing the shouts and gesticulations from pedestrians, but she felt the tremendous force that hit her from behind, and she felt the searing pain as her body was ripped into two. It was 10 o'clock at Defense and Armed Solutions Agency and two ladies sat gossiping in the well-furnished office. One glanced over at the empty chair across from them. "Bola isn't here yet," she said. The second shrugged. "No, she isn't. She never comes early." They turned to the television and looked absently at it. The words "Breaking News" in red font scrolled across the screen, followed by "Fatal Accident at Chatham Junction. Several Dead."